After age 65, there's a 72% chance of heart attack, stroke, cancer, chronic illness, some kind of injury or long-term care that's going to be needed just as time goes on that we have to deal with. And financially, it's not fun. Health insurance doesn't cover any of it, if a little bit of it. If it's insane. The costs in our country, maybe you know someone that's had cancer or whatnot, you had to come out of pocket. Right now, one thing that's on the rise is Alzheimer's. Maybe you know someone that's had Alzheimer's. It's not fun, it's not pretty. I've had family members that have had it. And I don't know if you've met someone that's had it, or imagine looking at somebody that raised you and then one day they don't even know who you are. Okay, besides that being emotionally draining, there's a financial challenge and obligation that still has to be met even if someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia, they're going through it. Here's a couple of stats for you to realize. One, 20 years prior to the symptoms that you see is when things start. Here's the issue. Look at the foods that we're eating, the heavy metals that are in our body. Okay, whether it's the deodorants or the foods or other things you take that cause heavy metals. It could be that. It could be different things. I'm not a doctor, but it could be something in your body, not just genetics that you're taking. Maybe you have to eliminate some things out of your diet or even your day-to-day behaviors, but the symptoms show up later before the diagnosis, 20 years typically. At 65, if you're over 65 and you get diagnosed, the average is 4 to 8 years as far as life expectancy, because when you get diagnosed with Alzheimer's, dementia, the brain starts eating away itself is really what's happening. It's not fun, it's not pretty. Every 67 seconds in America today, someone's diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia. 500,000 new cases are gonna happen just this year alone. Today, there's 6 million people in America that have Alzheimer's dementia. And the way that we're drinking our water, the way we're eating our food, the way we're taking care of our bodies, it's only gonna get worse if we don't clean up our act. They're projecting 13 million people by 2050. It's gonna double. And here's the problem. This costs money. How do we come up with this money? You can use your IRA money, you can use your 401k money, your retirement, your savings, your real estate. You can use your own money, your own cash if someone gets sick in the family. But what if you don't have to? What if you can let your retirement money be used for what it was intended for, which was to retire and live a happy life with the family? What if you can actually leverage your life insurance policy, take the death benefit, the face amount itself, take that out early to cover these financial obligations so there's no financial burden on the family. You can do that today, but you can't do that with the policy probably at your job. You can't do that with a lot of the older school policies. Even some big name companies don't have that additional, they call that a rider in their policy. But there are big companies that have Alzheimer's dementia riders, add-ons that if someone or yourself gets sick, you can access the death benefit now and pay off all the bills, make sure the family's taken care of financially so that you can just worry about yourself health-wise and not worry about the finances, add into that. If you want more information or want a review of your current policy, please feel free to DM me.